Hello, welcome to Sightsinging Part 5. We're looking at 16th notes and compound meter in this lesson. Sightsinging Part 4, we talked about a lot about keys and key signatures. So just as a recap, a key signature helps us to identify which notes are which solfege syllables. Of course, the last sharp is always going to be T, and the last flat is always going to be Fa. From there, we can realize that key signatures can produce more than one key. If a key signature is centered around Do, Mi, So, then it's a major key. Do is the tonic, and Do, Mi, So are the tonic triad. But if a key centers around La and La, Do, Mi, it can produce a minor key, where La is the tonic and La, Do, Mi is the tonic triad. It's important to remember that the letter name of the tonic is the letter name of the key. So for instance, if F is the tonic for a major key, then it's in the key of F major. Or if D is the tonic for a minor key, then it's in the key of D minor. Minor keys will often have accidentals as well. Not always, but they'll often have accidentals specifically on C, and sometimes also on Fi as well. C is especially a good indicator that that piece is in a minor key because C acts as a leading tone up to La, the minor tonic triad. Let's look at some rhythm as well. This is reviewing rhythm counting 3. Remember that dots add 50% of whatever they're dotting. So plus an extra half of what it is or plus 50% of whatever it is. You can dot notes and rests. When rhythms get complicated, when there's a lot of dots or ties or things like that, break it into something that's simpler and smaller. For instance, this rhythm here, rather than thinking of a dotted quarter note and dotted eighth notes, we can think about how many smaller values fit into that note. For instance, this dotted quarter note contains 3 eighth notes, and this dotted eighth note contains 3 16th notes. For me to figure out this rhythm, I could instead think of this rhythm. 1 and 2 and 3 E and a, 4 E and a. And then I just look at what lines up with each of those. This is the 1. This is the and of beat 2. Then we have 3, the of beat 3, and the of beat 4. So in smaller pieces, broken down into division and subdivision, it would be 1 and 2 and 3E and 4E and but our written rhythm up here, once I put all of that together, becomes 1 and 3, 4, So I can always break rhythms down into their smaller pieces. Let's count this whole line here. Ready? Go. 1 and 3, 4, 1, 3, 1 and 3, 4, 1. Did you notice that this rhythm was the same as this rhythm? Perhaps you did. Now, let's look at this. We're in C for our time signature, which doesn't mean the key of C. It's a time signature. It means common time, or 4/4. We have a flat in our key signature, and this flat tells me that that last flat, or in this case the only flat, is Fa. So if I count Fa, Mi, Re, Do. Take a moment and look through this. We're going to first count the rhythm, then we're going to chant the solfege, then we're going to sing the solfege. Pause it if you need to, and go back if necessary. Well, by now I think you've had a chance to go through it. If not, pause it and go back. Otherwise, let's move forward. Like I said, we're in 4/4, so we're going to be counting this quarter note equal to 1 beat, and there's going to be 4 beats in every measure. This rhythm right here would be what we saw just a moment before, where it's going to be the beat that it starts on and then the of that beat. And it will feel very, very close to the following beat. This first measure is 1, 2, a 3, 4, a. So you can hear these uhs, this one right before beat 3 and this one right before beat 1 of the next measure. Let's count. Ready? Go. 1, 2, a 3, 4, a 1, 2, a 3. 1, 2, a 3, 4, a 1, 2, a 3. Rest. 1, 2, a 3, 4, a 1, 2, a 3. 1, 2, a 3, 4, a 1, 2, a 3. It's important when we're counting and chanting to not do it in the lowest part of your voice. That's going to strain your voice. It's going to make you more fatigued quicker, and it's going to distort your idea of where those pitches are when you sing it. Now let's chant solfege. Starting on do, ready, go. Do, do, re, do, mi, fa, so, la, so. La, 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 so, mi, do, re, mi, re. Rest. Mi, re, do, mi. Sorry, I did that wrong. Let me do that again. Mi, re, do, re, mi, fa, so, la. La, so, do, re, mi, re, do. I fell for the composer's trap, and I thought that this and this were going to be the same thing, but they were not. It's easy to get misled and tongue-tied when patterns repeat but are slightly altered. Now, let's sing it. So here's our do. Sing your tonic triad. Do, mi, so, mi, do, so, do. And this has a very pop, 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 almost a marching feel to it. So let's give it lots of energy and a good strong forte volume. Ready? 1, 2, breathe, go. Do, re, do, mi, fa, so, la, so. La, so, mi, do, mi, re. Second line. Mi, re, do, re, mi, fa, so, la. So, la, so, do, re, mi, re, do. Lots of energy needed for that, and lots of space and air needed for those high notes, those laws. Next one, you'll notice perhaps that we are in the same key that we were in before. One flat, which means that do or mi or so or any of the notes on the scale will be the same pitch. Ask yourself this question, based on where that flat is, what do you start on? You start on mi. Can you audiate mi? Can you sing mi? Mi. Hopefully that gave you a good chance to practice your audiation and your tonal memory. Now go through, these are all rhythm patterns that we just saw previously and generally pitch patterns that we've seen too. So go through and try to audiate this one in rhythm. I'll give you a moment, and if you need more time, you can always pause. Just another few seconds. And let's move on. Watch out for this rhythm here right at the very end and at the end of here. Re, do, mi, do. That's a little bit of a trap there. One more thing I want to point out is this symbol that happens at the very beginning and at the end of measure 8. This is a repeat sign. It's like a bar line, but it's a little bit more ornamented. And repeat signs say repeat the section of music that is between these two sets of dots. So I'll sing measure 1, measure 2, measure 3, measure 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then I'll get to the end of this repeat sign and I find its matching pair back at the beginning. I won't always repeat to the beginning of a song, but I will always repeat to whatever the match set of this is. So I'll sing the first 8 measures again, and then I'll sing the rest of the piece. Let's do it together. Mi, lots of good air. Breathe. Oh, I should mention one more thing, that this is in 2/4 and not 4/4. So a slight difference in the previous one. It will just seem like the measures are half as long. That's about it. The tempo will be the same, the key will be the same, the beat will be the same. Sing your triad one more. Do, mi, so, mi, do, so, do, mi. Ready? Breathe, breathe, and mi, mi, re, do, do, ra, mi, re, do, so, fa, mi, re, do, mi, do. Repeat. Mi, re, do, ra, mi, re, do, so, fa, mi, re, do, mi, do. Moving on. Mi, fa, so, la, so, fa, mi, fa, so, la, so. Mi, re, do, ra, mi, re, do, so, fa, mi, re, do, mi, do. Good. If that went pretty well, then you can pause the video and try to sing it on your own a cappella. If that didn't go well, rewind and try it once more with me. This one is also in the same key, which means that the do you're thinking of right now is the same do as in this piece. However, it does not start on do. Take a moment and look at what it does start on. It starts on so, the low so. Sing that low so. So. And our first jump is so do. Sing so do. So do. Now it also starts with an incomplete measure. We have just an 8th note here all by itself, which means that this is the last 8th note of a 2/4 measure. So it will be 1 and 2, and that's the note. This is the and of beat 2. So it'll be and 1, a 2 and 1, 2 and 1, a 2 and 1, and 1. 2. It'll be like that. So go through and look through the pitch and rhythm. Pause if necessary. Let's sing it. So, do. Ready? I'll give you 1 and 2. You come in right after 2. 1 and 2. So, do, mi, ra, mi, do. So, do, mi, ra, mi, do. So, mi, so, fa, so, mi. Ooh, a nice little change on the second half. So look at this rhythm really quickly. It's 1, a rest on beat 2, and then the and of 2. 1, and. Say that. 1, and. Say it again. 1, and. Now, from here, let's sing this do, so, mi. Ready, go. Do, so, mi, so, fa, so, mi. So you have that little bit of a difference there. Okay, let's do the whole thing. Ready, go. So, do, mi, ra, mi, do. So, do, mi, ra, mi, do. So, mi, so, fa, so, mi. Good job. Let's keep practicing.